look at the 97th Psalm, an insert in your program, in your bulletin. And just for this morning, and please don't take this personally, but you all are odd. And you are even, and you choose whether you want to be odd or even. Let us begin. The Lord is King.
Let the earth rejoice. Let the many coastlands be glad. The houses of thick darkness are all around him. Righteousness and justice are the foundation of his throne. Fire goes before him and consumes his adversaries on every side. His lightnings light up the world. The earth sees and trembles. The mountains melt like wax before the Lord of all the earth. The heavens proclaim his righteousness, and all the peoples behold his glory. All worshippers of images are put to shame. Those who make their boasts in words of idols, all gods bow down before them. Zion hears and is glad, and the towns of Judah rejoice, because of their judgments, O God. For you, O Lord, are most high over all the earth. You are exalted far above all gods. The Lord loves those who hate evil. He guards the lives of his faithful. He rescues them from the hand of the wicked. Lie on to the righteous, and joy to the upright in heart.
Everyone.
Rejoice in the Lord, O you righteous, and give thanks to his holy name.
Be reading from Romans chapter 12, verses 11 through 13. Do not lag in zeal, be ardent in spirit, serve the Lord. Rejoice in hope and be patient in suffering. Persevere in prayer. Contribute to the needs of the saints. Extend hospitality to strangers. Now from Philippians chapter 4, verses 4 through 9. Rejoice in the Lord always. Again I will say, rejoice. Let your gentleness be known to everyone. The Lord is near. Do not worry about anything, but in everything by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. And the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. Finally, beloved, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is pleasing, whatever is commendable, if there is any excellence, and if there is anything worthy of praise, think about these things. Keep on doing the things that you have learned and received and heard and seen in me, and the God of peace will be with you.
Gospel reading this morning is from the 16th chapter of John. Jesus knew that they wanted to ask him, so he said to them, "Are you discussing among yourselves what I meant when I said, 'A little while and you will no longer see me, and again a little while and you will see me'? Very truly I tell you, you will weep and mourn, but the world will rejoice. You will have pain, but your pain will turn into joy. When a woman is in labor, she has pain, because her hour has come. But when her child is born, she no longer remembers the anguish because of the joy of having brought a human being into the world. May God add a blessing to our understanding this morning. The title of this sermon on Holy Humor Sunday is God's Gift of Joy. Will you pray with me? Holy and wondrous God, may the meditations of my heart, the words of my lips, bring glory to you, my rock and my redeemer. Amen. In John's Gospel this morning, Jesus says, "You will have pain, but your pain will turn into joy." The Apostle Paul writes in the 5th chapter of Galatians that the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, generosity, faithfulness. The word joy appears 58 times in the Bible, often in conjunction with singing and shouting with joy. Joy encourages us to shout, to smile, to sing. Joy is the noun, and the verb rejoice, which means to show our joy, is also found over 50 times. The wisdom writer of Ecclesiastes says that there's a time for everything under the sun, and there's a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance. It is therefore logical to deduct that all of this joy and laughter are God's intention for us, because, after all, we were created in God's image. And now, in modern times, the medical community has proven that laughter is a very potent kind of medicine. So the idea of setting aside one Sunday each year to celebrate God's gift of laughter and joy may be new to some of you. Let's see a show of hands. Holy Humor Sunday, who's that new to? Okay. And it is a very ancient tradition, long, rich history in many churches. I decided to take the term Holy Humor Sunday, but some churches, they call it Laughter Sunday. Some call it Bright Sunday. There's even a church that calls it Holy Fools Sunday. The custom of formalizing and putting into the church liturgy open laughter is rooted to the 4th century, to the ancient fathers of the Christian religion, Augustine, Gregory of Nyssa, John Chrysostom. The belief was that God played a practical joke on the devil by raising Jesus from the dead. This year, we might even have said, what day was Easter on? So, that was the great April Fool's joke. So the early church, it was their way of celebrating the resurrection of Christ, this supreme joke that God played on Satan. In the 15th century, there were Bavarian churches that wanted to celebrate the Sunday after Easter as God's joke, or the Easter laugh. Priests would deliberately, now imagine this, include amusing stories and jokes, and they would encourage people to come dressed in costume to church. And after the service, which is Mike had a joke that he wanted to share with everyone, so let's do that tradition. After the service, share your jokes with those around you, and let's continue to laugh. Now, there are some people for whom laughing in church is not reverent. And that's not an original thought. You see, Pope Clement X in the 17th century outlawed laughing in church because people were having too much fun. But you see, the tradition won't go away. It won't go away because laughter is God's gift to us. Now, I mentioned the medicinal effects of laughter. I went to the Mayo Clinic literature, and I read, whether you are guffawing at a sitcom on TV or quietly giggling at a newspaper cartoon, laughter does you good. Laughter is a great form of stress relief, and that's no joke. End quote. The article goes on to say that there are short-term benefits and long-term benefits. It all has to do with when we laugh, we expand our muscles and we bring in more breath. When we're afraid or nervous, what do? We stop breathing, and we're the shallow breaths. Now, I defy you to laugh right out loud and not have a big intake of air. So it's exercising those muscles. It stimulates circulation and aids muscle relaxation. The long-term effects, believe it or not, your immune system. If any of you were struggling with immune diseases, laugh every day. Laugh. And I'm serious. The literature is profound. They said that negative thoughts actually manifest into chemical reactions that can affect your body by bringing more stress into your system and decreasing your immunity. Whereas positive thoughts can actually release neopathogens that help fight stress and disease. So, if you don't believe me, believe the Mayo Clinic. Laughter is good for us. Now, they did warn. You know how those medical, there's always the warning? So the warning is to laugh with people and not at people. And you know that. Psalm 126, verse 2. Then our mouth filled with laughter and our tongue with shouts of joy. Then it was said among the nations, the Lord has done great things for them. So on the second Sunday of Easter, let us remember with joy the laughter that God gave us and the many things that God has done for us. Thanks be to God.